All right, thankfully, we have a lawyer and public affairs analyst, Max Ogah, no relations to Uche Ogah. He's joining us to look at this ruling and other issues. Thank you so much for joining us on
Thanks
this
for
night.
having me this evening.
Tonight. Well, those who frown against the emergence of Ogah in the first place, they're saying that he failed to file his appeal within the 14 days window allowed by law. Now he's a beneficiary of the court ruling that has said he is the, rightful candidate of the APC for governorship or for governor in Abia State. Help us understand what may have, led the court to come up with this.
Well, let me first address the issue of 14 days, which you mentioned. Section 285 of the fourth alteration of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, provided timelines for when pre-action cases can be commenced, and of course election petition cases. For pre-election cases like the one we are talking about, the Constitution says, even the Electoral Act says, from the day the cause of action arose, an aggrieved person has 14 days within which to institute a suit. In this case, at the Federal High Court by the Electoral Act 2022. So now, a cause of action can arise from the day declaration was made. A cause of action can arise from the failure of the political party to forward a candidate's name. Anybody who feels he won the elections to INEC. A cause of action can arise from the day INEC refused to accept a particular person's name. So there are no hard and fast rules. There is nothing anybody can hold on to without presenting facts to say ABC failed to take action within 14 days. You must first consider, and very seriously too, when the cause of action the person complained about arose. So I think that issue is addressed. And of course, a court of competent jurisdiction, the Federal High Court, per BFM Nyako, has taken a decision on this. I cannot sit here and nobody on the streets can overrule what the court said today. It is only the Court of Appeal that can overrule what the Federal High Court decided today. So if the Federal High Court, as it did, has assumed jurisdiction and given a verdict, we cannot question that verdict. Whoever is aggrieved should seek remedy before the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal will know better if they feel the Federal High Court didn't have jurisdiction to decide or determine the issues. The Court of Appeal will do so. Whoever is also not satisfied with whatever position the Court of Appeal takes can further appeal to the Supreme Court.
But at the moment it's a subsisting judgment.
That is it,
yes.
Which binds all of us.
Okay, great. Yes, the court is the hope of the common man, as it's been said.
Yes.
But are we not burdening the courts and the judiciary with political shenanigans? The APC in Abia had parallel primaries. They produced these two gentlemen on the same day. What does this connote? Is it that we are more democratic and so the courts determine a lot of
the outcomes
of our political exercises? Or would you say that it's a system that is flawed with less democratic parties?
The problem is caused by the operators of the levers of political powers in Nigeria, those who run our political parties. Now, going through the judgment delivered by Justice Nyako today and the role the APC played via the processes filed in court and the position the APC took, I felt very sad. I must tell you the truth. Now, the APC on the 25th of May 2022 wrote to INEC saying for Abia in the southeast, for Benue in the north central, and for Shuni in the southwest, we are going to conduct direct primaries because these three states could not conduct congresses to elect delegates, right? And now INEC in compliance with its constitutional powers under Section 253 sub 2 of the Constitution, and of course Section 84 sub 1 of the Electoral Act, monitored the direct primaries that were conducted in Abia State, in the 17 local governments in Abia State, on the 26th of May, and made a return that Uche Ogah, who earned 141,952 votes out of the 195,000 votes that were cast, was the winner. Right? Then The man who was the first defendant, Chief MNK, conducted his own primaries, indirect primaries, where about 1,000 delegates voted. INEC did not monitor that primary. Now, APC turned around to write back to INEC that we made a mistake. What we intended for Abia was indirect primaries. You don't do that.
Making MNK the candidate.
Yes, and trying to justify what MNK did. Now, Section 84 sub 4 gives options, right? Direct, indirect, consensus. Once INEC approves for you a particular option, you cannot on your own choose another option. So the APC, having said we want to do direct primaries in Abia, there was no room for indirect primaries. Then the APC turned around to write to INEC to say, oh, look, we made a mistake.
Right.
We are recanting on our earlier letter. But unfortunately, that letter got to INEC when the window for primaries was already closed.
We'll have to leave it there, Max Ogah, lawyer. Thank you very much for joining us on News Night.
Thanks for having me.